Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 78 of the Let's Discuss Gaming podcast. I am your host, Triple J. Joining me is my co-host, Dr. Games 101.
What's up, guys? Happy August.
Well, for some people.
Yeah, my birthday is in a couple of weeks, so that's why.
Yeah. When it comes to weather, I prefer the winter months.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, we weren't here 2 weeks ago. Personal issues. My mother passed away actually 2 weeks ago. So that's it. Just kind of the whole day was just thrown out of whack when I got that call. So we saved those stories, and I also kept track of new stories coming. So we can talk about it all tonight, or at least as much as we can fit into this episode. You ready to begin?
Oh, yeah, I'm most definitely ready for this enduring conquest of news and information on gaming.
All right. So let's start with the first story.
Oh, yeah.
Sony signs 10-year agreement with Microsoft to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. They folded. They seceded.
Hell yeah.
Sony has signed a binding agreement with Microsoft to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation for 10 years. Last week, the FTC lost the case against Microsoft's acquisition of Activision-Blizzard and its subsequent appeal. This effectively paves the way for Microsoft to complete the purchase of the Call of Duty maker, save for its ongoing wrinkle with the Competition and Markets Authority, the regulatory agency in the UK. Now, Microsoft has announced that it and Sony have signed a binding agreement to keep Activision Blizzard's flagship franchise, Call of Duty, on the PlayStation platform for 10 years. We are pleased to announce that Microsoft and PlayStation have signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, Xbox head Phil Spencer tweeted over the weekend. We look forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games. Microsoft Vice Chair and President Brad Smith followed suit, tweeting, "From day one of this acquisition, we've been committed to addressing the concerns of regulators, platform and game developers, and consumers. Even after we cross the finish line for this deal's approval, we will remain focused on ensuring that Call of Duty remains available on more platforms and for more consumers than ever before." As you can see, these statements don't reveal the 10-year piece of binding agreement, but The Verge received a statement from Xbox head of global communications, Carrie Perez, confirming said agreement is a 10-year commitment. However, it's important to note this commitment is just in Call of Duty, which is different from the original deal Microsoft attempted to sign with Sony last year. Well, that was Sony's fault. This agreement included all existing Activision console titles on Sony, including future versions in the Call of Duty franchise or of any other current Activision franchise on Sony through December 31st, 2027, as noted by The Verge. Now, the 10-year deal applies to just Call of Duty. Game Informer has reached out to PlayStation for comment or statement and will update the story if commitment or statement is received. What do you think this means for PlayStation?
If you asked me that question right this second, at this time of tonight, it's Sony folding. It's them giving up on fighting back on that soon-to-be inevitable moment where they're going to be dominated in the gaming market for other than console gaming. Because obviously console gaming perhaps is going to be not a dying competition market of sorts. It's just going to be altered to a point of like cloud gaming, like the Microsoft have promoted for years now with the Xbox One especially, and also PC and all. So Sony has no choice. And I heard too that Sony buys services from Microsoft for their cloud gaming services on their PlayStation Network. So it's kind of like on their part, like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Sony? Like, it's like you this is what happens when you submit fully, little by little, what you want towards Microsoft is doing. So it's a not a nail in the coffin just yet, the final nail in the coffin. It's just that they submitted to a competition that just fucked them up in a sense, in a undesirable way. Now they got no choice but to stick with it for remaining time until they find another, like, their own shtick, their own little device or own service to dominate Xbox over that market. So it's a matter of time, though, speaking of what's going to happen fully, but at the same time, it's inevitable from that Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal. So
if Sony was really so bent out of shape, They could have taken a dead franchise or an existing franchise that's not Call of Duty, Battlefield, Medal of Honor, something like that, and they could have gone head to head with it. But Sony said the whole thing they were doing, they just wanted to kill this merger. Period. They had no, they didn't. It wasn't about Call of Duty, which is just ridiculous. I mean, you spent all this time, and what did it get you? You ended up having to fold in the end anyway. It would have been better if you spent all this energy elsewhere trying to make your platform better instead of trying to hinder another brand. If it was really going to be detrimental to where you couldn't come back from this, you couldn't compete from this, it wasn't going to pass.
Mm-hmm.
But so Sony signed the agreement. The 2027 date is just for Activision games that are not Call of Duty. Call of Duty will be there will be on Sony consoles for 10 more years. Mm-hmm. So what happens after that is anyone's guess.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to move on?
Yeah, ready.
All right, next. Microsoft unveils Xbox Game Pass Core, replacing Xbox Live Gold this September. Well, Xbox Live Gold was dead, except if you call it alive when it was on life support. Microsoft has revealed Xbox Game Pass Core, a new subset of Xbox Game Pass that will replace the long-running Xbox Live Gold program this September. Xbox Live changed the industry more than 2 decades ago with its multiplayer network features, but the program's premiere, Xbox Live Gold, has waned in popularity for the past few years, likely due to a lack of compelling free games to download. Yes, number one. Now, Xbox is ending Xbox Live Gold on September 14th and replacing it with Xbox Game Pass Core. This new subscription tier of Xbox Game Pass will cost $9.99 a month or $59.99 a year and serves as an evolution of Xbox Live Gold, according to the company. Game Pass Core will give players access to our advanced multiplayer network, a select collection of over 25 games to play with friends around the world, and exclusive member deals, an Xbox blog reads. Games with Gold, the feature of Xbox Live Gold that gives players free games to download each month, ends on September 1st. With this evolution, we're saying farewell to Games with Gold. We wanted to see this opportunity, use this opportunity to reimagine how to include content with this subscription. We found that the answer to the most compelling catalog was to leverage select titles from our Xbox Game Pass catalog. On the September 14th launch, the following games will be available to Xbox Game Pass Core subscribers, although this list does not include every game planned for launch. So if you sign up for the cheaper Xbox Game Pass Core, these are the games you'll have access to starting September 14th. Among Us, Descenders, Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable Anniversary, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Grounded, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Wars 2, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, Human Fall Flat, Inside, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Psychonauts 2, State of Decay 2, The Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited. Xbox says it will add new titles to the core catalog 2 to 3 times a year. If you're an Xbox Live Gold member today, on September 14th, you will automatically transition into an Xbox Game Pass Core member with no change in pricing. You'll receive immediate access to the new core catalog as well. Any Xbox One game you redeem through Games with Gold will remain in your library if you're an Xbox Game Pass Core or Ultimate subscriber. Regardless of subscription status, you will retain your 360 games, and I'm assuming Xbox original games, obtained through Games with Gold. For more, read about how Xbox's Game Pass subscriber has continued to grow even when Xbox gaming revenue is down. And how do you feel about this new system, Xbox Game Pass Core?
Well, I have to say, though, that's a big, interesting change that Xbox is making for next month because, it's coincidental right now with me is that my current subscription for Xbox Ultimate, it ends on September 14th. So, and I'm planning on moving to PC somehow by adding a graphics card to my current PC that I have right now. So if everything goes well with the graphics card and it's installed properly, and it's functioning well on my computer and all. I want to play more towards my games that I added and saved and bought on Steam and other outlets like GOG, Galaxy of Amazon, Amazon Games, what's it called, G2A, even GOG as well, as if I remember correctly too. So it's kind of tempting what you just mentioned just now, Triple J, and it's to a point where it's like, yes, I should give Xbox another chance, but at this rate, they kind of screwed up on the games with gold. So if I may ask one more question or two though, would they still have the games with gold every month or some of that sort for next month?
No, the games that you get to download for free will be gone.
I see.
The only they will stick around if you're the Xbox One games that you already downloaded will still be available if you're a core subscriber or an ultimate subscriber, and the 360 and any Xbox original games, there were a few, you'll still have access to regardless.
I see. So
Even if you're not a subscriber of either service.
how about the discount feature for these Xbox Core and Xbox Ultimate that still be around?
They did say that you will be getting discounts if you're a core subscriber.
I see.
I don't know if it's going to be the same 20% that Game Pass Ultimate subscribers get, but there'll probably be special events where they offer discounts to core subscribers.
Right. Well, I still have a wish list on the Xbox store, so it's iffy sometimes with certain offers they have for the last several weeks now, for a few months. I mean, Scarlet Nexus was on sale last year. I think it was for about $30 or $45 when it was released about two years ago from last year and all. But that's my own little preference of trying to buy that game before the end of my Xbox subscription. So I can afford Xbox to a certain point, as long as it go over like $100 a year or whatever. But
Right.
it's like I'd rather have my games I bought from like how many years ago on Steam, and it's still there after 13, anywhere between like a year to 13 years now, if not 15 years, and play those games and catch up on like achievements, catch up on exchanging those punch cards that you see on the feature on the Steam store and Steam community and all. So that's my shtick I want to go towards. Plus, also I want to transfer, if I can, that is, if Xbox, PS, and PC will allow this, I want to transfer all my data of the Apex Legends stats that I have on my Xbox to my PC. So it's kind of like I'll still stick with Xbox for the sake of like free to play games like Fortnite, Apex, PUBG, and I'm okay with those type of games. Playing on Xbox and have the stats there. But if ever, hopefully one day, Xbox will do this along with their PC market to get transferred to Steam with Valve and all, and just take it from there.
I don't know about transferring to Steam or Valve or any other gaming network, but I do think I think like if it's a Windows PC, your Xbox account will transfer anything tied to your account,
Right.
to a Microsoft PC.
Okay.
Again, I don't know that, but it's kind of like when I jumped from the 360 to the Xbox One. When I finally got an Xbox One, it was I had to log into my account, and my account was already set up. My games were there. It was just on my Xbox One, ready to go with what I had. So
Of course. But this is Apex is a free to play game from Respawn and EA, so it's kind of like a separate system of itself, like a system within a system or a system separate from a system. So that's one of the reasons why I hate about Apex being on Xbox, my stats only, because that's where most of my activity is at for the last couple of years, if not more so. So
yeah, I don't think there's anything to worry. If you're playing like on a Mac or a Chromebook or something that's not Windows, then maybe you have to worry. But like I think the Xbox like app on Windows PCs would bring everything you have over that's tied to your account, like achievements and stuff. So
well, we're talking about Steam here. Steam is separate from the Microsoft system.
that's true.
So
Yeah, that's true. I'm not that well versed with PC, so that's out of my field of expertise.
I will admit this. I don't have a 100% expertise on PC gaming, but I did use PC gaming before I went to Xbox 360 when I was 20 years old. Before then, and after I was like 21, if not 20, it got to be around 21, 22. I went to Xbox 360 games. So since 2008, I've been with Xbox. So by this year, this will be my last few weeks with Xbox's paid for subscription services, because I'm not saying I hate the Microsoft or Xbox brand. It's just that I'm trying to save some money, trying to buy a PS5 at least sometime within the next year and a half, 2 years from now at the most, and then take it from there. And I can try to find a part-time job, because I'm sure there's other gamers out there who think like me too. It's like, why am I spending $50 to $75 a year on Xbox, subscriptions, and I'm getting lesser and lesser content, lesser and lesser services. You complain to Xbox about the matter, they don't listen to you. If they do listen to you, it's only for a temporary thing for the sake of presentation, and that's it. That's
yeah. Well, yeah, but I understand the subscription thing. It's especially in today's economy. I let my subscription go just because I wasn't because of how I worked during the week. The only time I really had to play games was during the weekend anyway, so that it was a waste to me. But yeah, I understand. Sometimes this in our situation, like if you work like more than 40 hours a week and you only have like free time on weekends or a couple of days throughout the week, it's almost better just to buy the games that you enjoy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But then you still gotta pay online if you want to play the games online. So I think this is good because, like I said, Xbox Live Gold was on life support for the past few years. It came to a point where I couldn't even defend it anymore, and I used to defend it. So at least this new system, it says, hey, you can't buy an ultimate subscription, get a core subscription. You'll at least get some of these games.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the games I'm interested in. I do like Doom Eternal. I would love to get back to that. Gears 5. If I can't play Gears 4, I'll play Gears 5 on multiplayer. Oh, yeah. Although once I get the core subscription, I could always start up Gears 4 because I do have that digitally. Mm-hmm. There was also another game, State of Decay 2. I played that a couple of times. So, even in this core subscription, that's going to be like $10 a month, there is a few games I'm interested in.
Okay.
So, and then if I, like I said, I want to play some of the games online, just get the core subscription. Like I said, I want to play one stone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested in this new subscription. I'm not going to be jumping on it day one, but I'll be interested to check it out, see how things are, see how people are reacting to it when it launches on the 14th of September.
Definitely.
Ready to move on?
Ready when you are.